Hi there guys, don't you just hate those reviews on the internet where it's really obvious that the person has just opened up the box and they've just described the product? They really have no experience with it. It really bugs me. So have a look at these. These are my Salewa Wildfire 2s. I bought these 8 months ago and I've done about a dozen scrambles in them, in the wet, in the dry, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, on various different types of rocks. I've also been out hiking in them. So I'd like to think that I've got enough experience to give you an impartial opinion. Okay, straight off the bat is the width. These things run narrow. I mean, really, really narrow. Have a look at this. I'm holding them up against my La Sportiva TX4s and they are between 10 and 15 millimeters narrower. And I've got to say, having been wearing the Salewa Wildfires all morning today, we're just after lunchtime now, I can really feel them. I've actually had to put a Compeed plaster on to stop me getting a blister. They run super narrow. Okay, that's the first thing I want to point out. Second thing, I've noticed that these Salewa Wildfire 2s do not stick to the rock as well when it's wet. And I'm comparing them to my TX4s here. Okay, so that's the negatives out of the way. There are some good things about these shoes. I'm going to be honest with you here. I've just scrambled up this slab behind me. If you can see that over my shoulder, that's called Atlantic slab. That's a grade 3 scramble. It's nice and dry today. That's nice gritty rock over there. I had no problems at all going up there, and that is quite a challenging route for me. I wasn't roped in, solo in, and I was absolutely fine wearing my Salewa Wildfire 2s on there. A little bit narrow, as I say, a little bit sore on my feet, but they were absolutely fine in terms of sticking to the dry rock. Also to note is the price. They're currently about 30% cheaper than La Sportiva TX4s, so great for those of you that are on a budget, assuming you've got narrow feet. Okay, the colour, I know some of you don't care, but some of you do. I think they come in some really funky colours in their range, and it actually looks great. They look like a really fashionable shoe. They look really funky. Again, I know some of you are not going to care about the looks, but some of you might. I just think they look great. It's also worth mentioning that the laces do tie down quite close to the toe. So if you do want to have an even more snug feel in these shoes, you can do so. You do have a rand going around the shoe. It's fairly thin, doesn't seem to be doing a lot, but there is a bit of extra protection on the toe box area, as you can see here. Okay, build quality. Again, I'm only 12 scrambles in, but so far nothing has really frayed, nothing has snapped, nothing has broken, nothing has fallen off. They actually feel like they're fairly well engineered. Obviously, I will do an update. So if I have anything to add to this in the future, I will put a comment beneath this video. So do go and check that out down there if any time has passed. But so far, it gets a thumbs up for the build quality. They also feel lightweight and are comparable to other scrambling shoes in this class and price range as well. Now the sole is Pomacar, if I pronounce that correctly. Again, feels super sticky on dry rock. I'm not that impressed with it on wet rock, to be honest. A few times I've slipped when I wouldn't normally slip. I will also say that the lugs are spaced quite close together. Normally when I'm looking at scrambling footwear or anything like that, I like my lugs to be quite far apart so they don't pick up the dirt, or they shed the dirt and the grass, shall I say. They're a little bit close together, so a couple of times I've just had to stamp my feet just to make sure that all the grass and the mud falls off before I step onto the rock. But other than that, they seem to be fine. And as I say, over my shoulder, that's Atlantic slab, and I wouldn't have gone up there with these shoes if I wasn't confident that they'd be sticky. And that was absolutely fine. I had a great day this morning up there.
I also want to mention that the tongue is protected by a thin mesh gaiter, which helps to keep stones out of the shoe, and there's also a Kevlar cable wrapping net to keep your feet secured into place. I'm not sure how long this will last as it's external and may get scuffed, so I'll leave you an update in the description if there are any future issues with that. There's also Salewa's switch fit technology at the heel. This basically tightens the heel and pushes the foot forward for an even snugger fit, which is ideal for climbers. The shoe also comes with a multi-part insert, so you can adjust the fit and I guess make them even snugger if that's your thing.
So am I going to keep these shoes? Well, yes I am. It's too late for me to return them, but what I'm going to do is just to be very careful that I only go out when it's dry, and I'm only going to use them on certain routes. I probably wouldn't be wearing these in like a wet slimy gully, which is, you know, I do a lot of gully scrambling. I just don't think that they're the best footwear for that. Now these shoes do have some other interesting features, so I've done a bit more of a detailed write-up on my website, and I'll put a link in the video description for you if you want to dig a little bit deeper into what I thought of these shoes. But overall, in a nutshell, we can sum it up as they're quite narrow, They're not brilliant on wet rock. They're really good on dry rock. They're affordable and they look great. Thanks for watching. If you have a question, hit me up in the comment section and hopefully I will see you on another video.